and welcome to Beyond the Algorithm, a podcast where technology meets transformation and innovation gets real. I'm your host Bhavya, and today's episode isn't just about the future, it's about the future happening right now. Because we are diving into a topic that's rewriting the rules of automation, a force that's redefining how industries operate, learn, adapt, and grow. Yes, we are talking about Agentic AI. Not just artificial intelligence, not just automation, but intelligent, autonomous agents that can think, reason, act, and evolve. And to unpack the powerful shift, we have someone who's not only leading from the front, but is actively building the future. Please welcome Mr. Atul Deshpande, founder and CEO of Shyena Tech Yarns, a company at the forefront of AI native product engineering, helping enterprises bring Agentic AI to life. Welcome Atul, great to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Bhavya. I'm feeling so excited for this discussion.
Right, so let's just jump right in. So we hear a lot about AI these days, but Agentic AI seems to be a new frontier altogether. Atul, for those unfamiliar, can you just explain what Agentic AI really is and how it's different from traditional AI or the basic automation?
Right. So I think Agentic AI is a buzzword these days. Everyone is talking about it, and many of them want to get started. But there are a lot of misconceptions about it. People confuse that with RP, and I'll cover that. However, for layman term, what is Agentic AI? So Agentic AI is the AI agents which can operate autonomously, which can interpret the environment in which they operate. They can perceive, they can reason, and when I say perceive, it means they collect the data in that environment. And then when we talk about reason, it means they make a plan how to execute it, and they all do this autonomously, and that is how it is different. So in Agentic AI, you break a complex task into smaller parts, and then you execute it. That's how Agentic AI works. Now, if people think that okay, there is an AI agent available which I can buy and plug it in and starts working, no, it doesn't happen that way. You still have to code. You have to code it in a way suitable to your business problems. So that's Agentic AI. In fact, or rather I would say Agentic AI is all about automating complex tasks. I'm not talking about trivial ones here. Automating some of the complex business tasks, it would perform them the way human would do. That's what Agentic AI is.
So in layman terms, I think AI that works with you and not just for you is what I get from this. So let's look at where this is heading. So can you just walk us through a few real world examples, like say maybe there are a lot of industries, right? So manufacturing or supply chain. So where Agentic AI has driven the real business impact when it comes to these particular industries.
Right. So based on our experience so far, Agentic AI has impacted across industry verticals and inside the enterprises too. So in any enterprises, there are various departments, right? So right from sales to HR to operations. So it is impacting everywhere. So industry and internal too. Now when we talk about BFSI as a segment, we have seen a lot of work being done in Agentic AI in the BFSI segment. So right from customer onboarding to making lending decisions to even interviewing people. So there are many use cases. And when it comes to insurance, then the typical use case like making calls after the policy is sold. Automatically and making it more conversational to the customer so that they reconfirm whether all the policy information is provided to you. All these tasks in the BFSI world is done by can be done by Agentic AI. So these are great use cases. I would also like to touch upon the pharma sector. So in pharma world, people spend a lot of time on doing research and summarizing the research reports. With Agentic, you can easily do it. It will summarize that entire report for you. Moreover, it will answer the questions on top of that report. Other thing it can do is on the clinical trials. onboarding of patients, or in fact matchmaking whether these patients are suitable for my needs. So right from matchmaking, first round of interview of the patients, then post clinical trials or during clinical trials interaction with these patients. There are a variety of use cases. And you mentioned about manufacturing, so manufacturing also gearing up for it. In fact, you mentioned supply chain. So impact on supply chain because of external parameters. Can Agentic AI help to flag those risks? It can certainly do. Supplier onboarding, supplier support at a primary level. So all these are great use cases. However, everywhere what we have observed is Agentic AI is adding great value when it comes to customer acquisition and customer support. So no matter what industry, but anything that is related to end customer, I think it is adding the value.
So I think that's true autonomy in action, I would say. Decisions made in real time without the human bottlenecks that we have. So now some folks also confuse with the RPA and Agentic AI. So as you mentioned that you will speak about something on that. So is Agentic AI just a fancy RPA 2.0, or is it really here to make a difference in the world of automation?
Right, so they are fundamentally different, although they can operate together. RPA was created mainly to automate the trivial tasks like copying values from, let's say, invoices and then adding it to certain other system. So these are trivial tasks. I click somewhere just like a human. It mimics human. RPA is all about mimicking the human actions. It doesn't think. It doesn't think. So that is the biggest difference. When it comes to Agentic AI, as we mentioned in the first part of the previous answer, so it can perceive and it can reason. That is the biggest strength of agentic systems, whereas RPA can't do it. It is all rule based. So it is like, okay, if the value is such that you do this kind of a thing, or maybe read the value on the screens. So but when you need decisions to be made autonomously, although with human in the loop, that is where Agentic AI should be used rather than RPA, because it thinks, okay, now what to do. So it can break the complex tasks into smaller ones, operate independently, invoke other sub-agents too if required, do communication between the agent and solve that problem. And that is how it is different from RPA, because RPA is, again I'm saying, it is rule based, whereas Agentic AI is not rule based. It understands the context and operate upon it. Again I'm repeating the same, it doesn't happen automatically. You have to teach the agent to how to perform these tasks, and there are ways how to handle that. So we'll not cover that in this session, maybe the next one.
Right.
But that's how you make those agents intelligent, whereas RPA can't be taught like that. They are fully rule based, whereas Agentic is not. It thinks and then does the task.
So I think what I understood till now is that RPA is mostly rule based and it can conduct a few simple tasks, but on the contrary, Agentic AI, it has the power to think, process, and then also conduct complex and complete complex tasks as well. So since you've also spoken a lot about the use case of Agentic AI in say manufacturing and supply chain, so just wanted to know what and where Agentic AI can be used when it comes to industries like healthcare, customer service. So how about these industries?
Right. So let us talk about the customer service or customer support. Now, customer service or customer support is required across industries. So healthcare is no different. So Agentic AI, as I said in my earlier answer also, it is adding great value in this segment. So if we talk about pure play healthcare, patient experience is one area where it is adding value. Then again, pharma is another domain. But again, on the healthcare side, let's say you are a hospital, you are connected with certain CROs, and then you collaborate with the CROs for clinical trials, let's say, and then the use case is still the same. You want to identify patients, or you want to reach out to the patients that, okay, would you be interested in participating in the clinical trials? Can this be done by Agentic AI? This outreach, absolutely yes. Agentic AI can do that. In fact, when the outreach happens through agentic bots, let's say, to the prospective patients, it can answer the queries of the patient. So the patient said, okay, if I participate, what benefits would I get? Can the agentic bot answer those? Absolutely yes, it can, just like humans. So what it means is, in a day, if a human would outreach to, let's say, 100 prospective patients, with Agentic AI, what can I do? I can reach to a number. There is no limit that
Absolutely.
way. It is all how you want to do it, or how much you want to do it in a day. So it means it saves a lot of human efforts. At least that first level screening is done by Agentic. It then also can give the results that, okay, out of the 1,000 people I had a discussion, maybe these are the selected 50 that you can maybe talk to, because all their parameters match to what you need. So that is one area. Of course, setting up the meetings with doctors, or in fact, with LLM now advancing, and there are a lot of these AI doctors also coming up, that could also become an Agentic AI interaction, where the patient can take a second opinion, because many of us don't understand that, right? So if I ask this question, I'm feeling like this today, or maybe these are the symptoms, what it could be, all those questions can be then channelized through the agentic automation. At the back of it, yes, there is still a power of large language model coming up, but that facilitation can still be done by the agentic AI bots. Another thing is on the customer service or customer support. So it could be banking, it could be insurance, it could be e-commerce. So everywhere there is a utility now. So we have seen people using IVR systems. Now with agentic, maybe that will reduce a bit, because now you can interact more. The customers can quickly choose, I want to talk about this topic, rather than saying press 1 for this and 2 for this. Straight away bypass, talk to the agent, finish the job, you get your answers. That increases the CSAT. I know people do not like to talk to the bot, but I think they should now start thinking that way, because the bot is solving your problem. You have a problem, the bot is giving you a solution, better talk to the bot. If you are not satisfied, there is always an option that, okay, I want to talk to a human. But most of the work will now be done by the agentic AI, and I think people should now start thinking on that lines, that, okay, here is the future that is coming, this primary task will definitely be done by agentic AI. So great use cases, I mean.
Yeah, I think it might take some time, but then I think, yeah, eventually everybody's gonna adapt to the robots answering your questions, right? So I think it is more of smarter responses, apart from being faster responses, is what I understand, is where agentic AI is helping. But then again, since you mentioned that more of human work will be reduced, so there's this question which I think almost everybody has on their mind. So do you think that agentic AI is here to replace humans, or is it just for augmentation? Like, what do you think about it?
Right, so agentic AI will reduce the workload on the humans. I would not say it will remove the humans, because we still need human in the loop. Yes, but I think we should also be cognizant about it, that if you need 50 people to do that job currently, maybe I'll not need 50. Maybe I need half a strength to have that human in the loop. So agentic AI would act as a co-pilot rather than replacing the humans, but it will take a lot of workload of humans for sure. And some could be complex, some could be simple tasks. It depends on business what they want to automate, but it is definitely going to augment the humans, reduce a lot of workload. There could be instances where humans or it is doing job better than humans. If we look at writing some articles, sometimes we fall short of word, but Agentic AI never. It can generate a lot of good contents for you, and then you can tweak it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
again, it's a combo, a partnership between a human and the agent. So it is not going to replace humans. It is going to take some workload off them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Since the introduction of ChatGPT and all of these things, I think definitely we have been using it, but to some extent. So I think that is beautifully answered by you. It's not machines versus the man; it is machines with the man. So I think that was really a good answer. So before we wrap up, I just wanted to know that about some industry, like an industry example. So how Agentic AI is transforming finance, especially in areas like risk, fraud or compliance. Is there any way that Agentic AI is or might help these sectors?
Right, absolutely. So as I said, the use cases are wider. For the risk, fraud detection, everywhere Agentic AI will play the role. Now we have classic machine learning models too. So are they obsolete? No, they are not. Rather, they could be invoked intelligently by the agentic automation. It doesn't mean that Agentic AI itself knows that there are fraud going on. No, you will still need these models, and they will be invoked using the Agentic AI architecture. So if a pattern is seen in the data, that okay, continuously such pattern is coming in the data, can I say it is a fraud? If you code the agent in such a way, it can actually understand that okay, maybe this looks fraudulent to me, and it can raise alarms. Now you can use a combination of machine learning model and agentic both here, based on how complex your use case is. For simple pattern detection, even you can use Agentic AI. If little more complexity is there, you'll have to plug that in with additional machine learning models too. So the classic ML or AI and supplemented with agentic is going to do wonders across this segment. So in finance, there are so many use cases, and I talked a lot about it in the customer segment. Risks, fraud, loan origination, then the contract part of it, everywhere you can use Agentic AI. So great use cases for finance.
So all in all, there are multiple use cases when it comes to Agentic AI in multiple industries, right? So I have been following your company for a while now, and I also have some knowledge that you have been building something exciting around Agentic AI. So would you be comfortable to share what it is and what you're building, like what exactly are you building when it comes to a use case in Agentic AI?
Right, so there are some very exciting use cases that we are currently working. Now some of them are again on the customer service improvement side, CSAT improvement side. Some are on the customer acquisition side, where we are helping customers to acquire new customers, again using Agentic AI. Third, we are also working with healthcare domain, client from the healthcare domain, where we are helping them on building some scripts using Agentic AI, the coding scripts, because surgeon can't code, but then Agentic AI can do, and that's where we are working with them. We are automating some of the tasks on top of CRM, which the agent or the humans would do, the salespeople would do. Another pharma use case where we are helping one of the pharma companies, where their sales representatives can make a better plan before meeting the doctors. They can interact with this agentic bot and tell, okay, maybe I am visiting this pin code, what do you recommend me today, which doctor shall I visit, and what shall I pitch? And the Agentic AI would have access to the systems on which the campaigns are going, the latest updates about their products, it can recommend. So things like that, a lot of exciting things and very good use cases we are working upon.
I think that's really great to know. We really look forward to innovation like this in the near future. As we wrap up today's session, one thing is for sure: agentic AI isn't just a buzzword. It's business ready, industry backed, and human centric as well. And I think a huge thanks to Atul for decoding these terms for us and making us understand what exactly agentic AI is here for. And everyone watching this episode, if you really like the content that we have shot here, please like and follow for the upcoming podcast that we are going to have. Maybe they'll be industry specific as well, and we can discuss a lot about it. And yeah, so until next time, keep exploring, keep building, and stay curious.